Hello, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Let me just do some technical bits and bobs so I can actually see all your fun comments. You're going there, and then you go there. And last bit, this one, you go there. There we go. Oh, now I've lost YouTube. There we go. Yes, yes, and yes. I don't see any comments on Facebook yet, but good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm seeing a lot of people responding on YouTube, and we have Facebook as well. That's good. Good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Elizabeth Craft Designs live on a Monday this time, which reminds me I have to look something up. So don't forget to like, share, and comment, because Gemma emailed me the winner. Yes, got it here. So I'm all set. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing fine. And for the people in the Netherlands, I hope you have had a fantastic 5th of May, which for the people outside of the Netherlands, today is the day we celebrate 80 years of freedom after the finish of the World War II. So it's an important day here in the Netherlands. We celebrate freedom. And yesterday was actually Remembrance Day, that we remembered everybody who we lost during the wars. And now we celebrate 80 years of freedom today, which is enormous. So we mustn't take that for granted, for sure. So that was for the Dutchies, and for everybody else, I just hope you had a fantastic day. And we're going to have some creative fun tonight. Tonight for me, this afternoon could be for you, or this morning, wherever you are. So, hi Karen, hi Mina, hi Laurie, hi Jacqueline, hi Marianne, Kathy is here as well, Anja is here, Barbara, hello, Susanna, hey Susanna, hi Femke, hi Sylvia, hello Candice, hi all, hello Belinda. Well, it's good that you're all here, and we're gonna have some fun today. Let me see if I can find myself here, and then I'm all happy and ready to go. So before I get started, let me announce the winner of the $50 gift certificate from last week. And again, don't forget to like, share, and comment to be able to win this one. And while I'm at it, there's a fun giveaway at the page. So check that out with the new collection from Angelica. Gorgeous. So check that out. But the winner is Dineke Bos. Dineke Bos Kramer is the winner from last week's $50 gift certificate. So congratulations, Dineke. You can do some fun shopping at Elizabeth Craft Designs. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and comment. You want that. You want that. So, job that here in Canada. I don't understand what you mean by that, Kathy, but okay, let's get started. So, what we're going to do today is actually something fun. I'm going to be working with my latest release, Mr. and Mrs., and I'm going to use all sorts of elements from this collection, and it's going to be fun. We're going to be making a little tag book, and I've got everything prepared, and then I am going to experiment together with you. I'm going to be doing some work on transparency, on some acetate, and use that in my project. But how do you adhere that? How can you make that different? That's fairly what we're going to do today. So I'm going to be getting messy, hence the apron. I'm going to be playing with paints and with sprays and all sorts of... It's going to be very messy, I think. And it could be a huge failure. Who knows? You will find out with me. So let's switch the cameras around and we can start doing that. I need a new background, I know, but since I'm going to be playing with all sorts of paints and stuff, I just thought, let's just do this one. So, I've got a full box of goodies here that I'm going to be working with. So let me just grab some things first. So I use this die from the Doily Galore to cut out a whole bunch of tags. And then I'm going to use the washi tape. And that is washi tape, the WT02 from the Art Journal Specials collection. And it's the washi tape that we're going to use tonight. So that's that one. So what I did is I've cut out 6 tags. Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags, sorry. 5 tags. And I'm going to turn that into a tag book. So that's one thing. Now another thing that I've done is from the Doily Galore set as well, I've cut out 2 of these paper clips. It might not work, what I've got in my mind. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these together to make them a bit more sturdier. And then that's going to be my closure for my little booklet. It could not work, then I'll come up with something else, but I think this should be working. So let's do that first. Let's glue these together, and then that can settle down. So, first things first, glue. Oh, there's still a little bit in there. Glue on the back here, and I'm using my precision glue press for that, just so I can get all these little nooks and crannies. So did you all see something new that Els is going to be doing together with Liz? That's going to be on Thursday mornings. That's going to be sort of the coffee chats. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be really different than these kind of lives, I think. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I think Thursdays at 8 a.m. in the morning. Oh, this feels nice and sturdy now. Let's give that some time to dry. Hello for the people that came in later. I'm going to be getting messy today. Okay, let's put this to the side, put a block on it, just so it's heavy. And then let's start. Ooh, I'm throwing everything over here. I had all my sprays lined up over there. So I've got this, I've picked this washi tape because it matches this color so beautifully. So I'm gonna have to think now, because this is in my brain, in my head it works. I think that it's gonna be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Femke. So this is how I want to lay them out. And then this is the cover. So let's start with these, shall we? I need little scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these up, and I'm going to have a little tiny hair in between them. Well, good morning, Jillian. This washi tape is perfect with this paper pack, and the paper I'm using is from the Backgrounds Volume 1, my latest paper pack. So I'm just gonna trim that off. Did I put that on crooked? I think I did, but let me fold it first. No, it's actually not too bad. It has to come down a bit, so let me peel this off. That's the benefit of using washi tape. You can actually get it off quite easily and line things up again if you need to. So let's do that again. There we go. Now it's too tight, but at least it's straight, right? Okay, there we go. Now, there's a little trick with washi tape. And that is, if you have it in place where you want it and you don't want it to come off. Hi Fenna, hello, hi Sandra, everybody that came in later, good to see you. You take a bone folder and you really varnish it well. Washi tape is pressure sensitive, so when you varnish it down, it really stays on there. So that's that side. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So really varnish it on there. And then I'm gonna fold it this way. And I'm gonna trim off the excess here. And the top side is fine. So that's gonna be my first page done. No extra glue needed. Now if you really varnish it down, it stays on there. So on to the next one. This is going to go like this. So this one is going to go here. So let's do the same principle again. I should use the grid on my mat. That would help. I'm channeling my inner Annette Green here, being precise. And you need to leave a tiny little gap in between, because otherwise you can't flip them over. There, I'm just ripping it and flipping it over again to put some here. There we go. Varnish it all down again. Just giving that pressure. And here as well. I'm going to take my little scissors again. I just need to hold this to the light because I forgot there's a little notch here that needs to be cut off. So let's do that. There we go. Do the same here. So you've got that nice rounded corner there at the bottom. And the same here. There we go. So, there we go. This is the cover. So let's continue doing this, because when this is done, we've got our base ready and we can start to build up. But do you see how gorgeous that washi tape is? Look at that. So gorgeous with that paper. I need to get rid of something here because I can't see the comments. There we go. That's gone. Yeah, they do work great together. They do. So, okay, let's line that up. Oh, hi, Els, by the way. Didn't see you there. Line it up here, line it up there. That's dry, so let's just crack on with this. Maybe I'll just stick to 4. I don't know why I always want an odd number. Okay, let's varnish this down again. Both sides, make sure that's really on there. Thank you, Sandra. They are. I love this paperback. It's really fun to work with. Okay, and I think we're good at the top. Tiny bit. That's fine. Just a tiny bit here, I think. Just a little thingy there. There we go. Well, we're going to do a lot more to this, and I'm only gluing it to the straight bits. If you put it all the way to that top, then it's not going to fold closed. nicely. So, but you do you. If you want to make that like that, be my guest. For me, this works absolutely fine, and it's going to be grungy looking and messy anyway. So this is just the start. There we go. Last bit. Last bit. That's one side. And I'm going to do this side. There we go. Yeah, Anki's correct. This is from journal, from the Backgrounds Volume 1 paperback. Really varnish that down again. There we go. Now see if we need to trim something off. Just here at the bottom. Like that. So, then when we close it, it will be like this. Sort of a, how do you call that? Harmonica booklet or... And then this is the closure. And this is nice and sturdy now. That works. I like that. So, we'll get back to you. So, let's just spread this out and open. And get some stencils. And let's get messy. I don't have a plan, so we're just gonna play. But these basics are really simple and fun. Let me see, let's do this one first. And let's grab some paint. That's why I've got this little mat here. Trying to keep up with all the comments, but okay, what I want to do first is some tone on tone, because we're going to do a lot of different things here. So I'm going to use a bit of purple here, and these are the Dina Wakley paints. I don't have, these are all my paints that I've got from Dina Wakley, the Ranger ones. And let's do this one here. So I'm using Blackberry and Orchid. I've got my bucket of water over there. So I'm going to put some paint here. Probably I need more, but still in frame? Yes. Accordion fold. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. And then I'm going to use, I've got these cheap makeup sponges. I'm just going to cut them in half. And I'm going to throw them in the bin when I'm done with them. These were very cheap. So what I'm going to do on the pink one, so I'm really loading up my sponge, really working it in there, because the more that is in there, the more you can bounce on the stencil without putting it under there, without making it a mess. So let's do that. And I'm just letting it fade a bit. No perfection. And I'm going over the washi tape as well. So that means that that will bring it together as well. Yeah, I like that. Hi Jody. So now I'm taking the pink one. So on the purple I'm using pink, and on the pink I'm using purple. In my head it makes sense. So And I'm just sort of letting it fade out. Nothing perfect. Let me do this purple one. These are heavy body paints by Dina Wakely. And a little goes a long way, as you can see. There we go. I like that effect. Put this in water. Oh no, don't. Okay, I've put it in water now. So let me show you a little trick. This is my little tub with water. What I'll do is I'll just go over this with my fingers, and it's not becoming completely clean because, well, these are normal acrylics. So they will have a bit more shine than, like, for instance, the matte ones from Paper Artsy that I always use. It's just a different different kind of paint, fairly. That's what I wanted to say. So let me put this back. I had thrown that in my bin too quickly. So just dry this off. There we go. Because I need to do this one, the purple one. So this way I'm just building that up. And this is all going to be backgrounds. So a lot of this will be covered up. So don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. But again, this is another way to use your stencils, right? We're used to doing it with ink, but in this case, yeah, it's all different again to get a different effect as well. Yep. There we go. I like that. And that's why I like to have an apron on. I just do whoop and all clean. So let me zoom in so you can see it. You see that? It all pulls it together using these colors together. So next I'm going to take a different stencil. This one. And I'm going to use let's use some brown, because, well, why not? Something in my screen, that one. So, this one is called Syrup. And a tiny blob goes a long way. And let me grab a new one. Just trim that in half. And again, really work that into your sponge. That gives you the freedom to, yeah, play around. Thank you, guys. And don't be afraid to overlap, as I'm doing here. I just like to have that texture. I love that. Yeah, this is my jam. I love MixedMedia. Need a bit more. Yep, I will be repeating that on the other side. I don't think I'll do that this live though, because that would be quite boring for you guys. So I'll be working on this side first. And then I'll do the other side. You see how it all pulls it together? Just loves it. Love that. And it gives it gorgeous layers, creates depth on your project. And again, backgrounds, so nothing final yet in this stage. It's not even that messy. We'll get there though, I'm sure. Yeah, really cool. So these stencils are from my latest stencil pack as well. Is this enough? No, this needs a bit more. If not, we'll figure something else out, right, Femke? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let me find where I was. There I was. Sort of. I'm not too fussed, but... Yes, that's better. Okay. So this needs to dry a bit, but I already love where this is going. Put this in the water. There we go. Let that soak in. Put these to the side. Then I'm going to take my scorch timber. Scorch timber, where are you? There he is. I'm going to ink all around. Hi Vanessa, good to see you here. Just go all around. Like that. Again, that makes it all, yeah, I don't know, come together nicely, right? I just thought let's use these pink and purple colors. Thank you, Karen. Good to see you as well. Hi, Karina. Thanks, Ans. There we go. So. Oops, put that back in the correct spot, David, because otherwise you'll be looking for it. There we go. So let's see where we are. Was it this way? No, this way. Well, it worked on the wrong side now. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Fixed. Because it really doesn't matter. Okay, so that's how you close that booklet. See if the closure still works. Yes. I'll make this more sturdy. Might need a second one. Or just come up with a string. I don't know. So, now it's time to start decorating this. And I've got some fun ideas. And I was thinking, let's do something different. And then I was thinking, okay, let's do some stamping onto acetate. And then, okay, how do you put it on there? And this is not really looking nice. So I did some searching. I did all sorts of stamping, by the way. I've got the gentleman. I've got this beautiful guide over there. I've got some more text here. I'm looking for one more that I know I've got. Here she is. So we're going to start with the lady because I've stamped her on the acetate. And I want her on my cover, like that. So let's start with her. And I'm going to work on the... Now I got to see which way she's stamped. That way. So this is the back. Okay. So this is from the Mr. and Mrs. stamp set. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take a little brush. I'm just going to see, I want a contrasting color. So let's use some watery, bluish. What I use to stamp, it's a, what is it called? Oh, it's right in front of me. Stays on. Stays on. That's what I use to stamp on the acetate. So I'm just going to take that ink and I'm going to color the back of this lady. And I'm not really being careful, just following the outside line and I love it when you guys help me when I miss a question, because it's hard when I'm looking down. I do miss questions. So I'm painting on the back. And then what I'm going to do, clean off my brush first. With the back of my brush, I'm going to make some squirrely lines on her skirt. Like that. Now, this looks like a hot mess, right? But if you turn it over, you see? That's already like fun. So I need something. I did do a bad job of stamping there. I don't mind that. That's, again, you do you. Some people will hate this. For me, I don't care because I love the grunge it gives. Let's do a yellow. And I'm going to give her a yellow coat. Does this make sense? No. Do I like it? Yes. And that's what it's all about, right? So yeah, this is going to be fun, I think. And because I'm painting on the back, I don't have to be too worried. Because once I flip it over, it looks fine. You see? So it's really fun. At least I think it's fun. Now, to be honest, I got inspiration from Dina Wakley herself with a video, an old one, where she did something different, but she didn't stamp, etc. But that's where I got the idea from to do it like this. Okay, and I'm just going to make some lines in there. Okay, now this needs to dry a bit. So that's what it looks like now. It's going to be completely different, guys. But I'm going to put this to the side for now because I want to show you another fun way of doing this. So this is the mister. That's the only thing I have to check. The good side and the bad side. This is the good side, right? You stamp it like that. And I'm going to work on the back again. But in this case, I'm going to use some scraps of paper. And I'm just going to tear up. So I've got some pieces of paper here. I love this one. This is an older stencil, but hey, let's use that. And some this paper. It's just some old book paper that I'm ripping up. Okay, let's see. What I'm going to do now is on the back side, which I forgot about. This is the back. I'm going to use my heavy body gel. You can use any heavy body gel. This happens to be from Philibert, but you can use any. And I'm going to get my brush. This is really heavy body, but you can even use your own glue, I think, but this is just a bit more sturdy. Now, make sure to do this on the back side. And I'm going to put this on here. Creating some fun collagey bits. Now, this all involves some drying time. So, yeah, I don't have the illusion to have it all decorated today. That way. Glue that down. I have a bit of that color here. I'll check the comments in a second, guys. And then it looks like this. I think that's fun as well. You have that shine of the transparency. Now, I like that grungy look. I know a lot of you do as well. So I'm just going to put that there. And this one here. And lastly, put that there. So, I like that. So, I'm just gonna cut off some of the excess, but maybe it's fun if you leave some on. There we go. Look at that. How much fun is that? I love it. So, we're going to use him. First things first, I need to do something else. Hi, Susanna. Good to see you. I need that. Do I? Not yet. But where did I put the cap? Here it is. Okay, so what I've got here is a piece of the script stamp, and I've cut that like in a scribbly, wibbly line. So I'm just going to finish that off here. Just like transparent. Hi, Saskia. like that. So that's going to be on there. The lady's going to be on there. But now people ask, how do you glue this down? And that's where the fun comes in. Because what I'm going to do, I mean, acrylic paints like these are glue. You can use them to stuck things down. These are the Dino Wakley gloss sprays, which I have a Adhering, which I happen to love, but okay. These daubers are sold individual, and I think the new ones come out with the daubers instead of not the daubers, droppers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Ancient, which is a goldy brown. And these are acrylics, and you can, Dina explained it really well. These are like your spray cans you buy at the how do you call that? Yeah, where you buy all your tools, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that on the back of this. Like that. Use my brush to spread it out. And this can be on the complete back of that acetate. That's fine. So that's completely covered. It's a bit much, but hey. And just let me spread this out like this. And I want this flat. Now this is a bit fiddly, so bear with me. I want it on this side so I don't drip on the rest. Because what you will see is that where I made the patterns, you see that gold color in between. You see that? That's what I loved. So now I'm just going to lay this on here a bit to the right side and press that down a bit just in the center. And the spray that I used will be the glue. Hardware store. That's the word I was looking for, Sylvia. Thank you. So how cool is that? And I know we all have that acetate, and we don't always use it the way we should. Right, now I've got some on the front, and that's the benefit. It's just plastic, so you can wipe it off. So, but I'm not done yet. I want some more fun on this cover. But look at that. I love that. I think it looks fun. So I put that there. This needs to dry, and it takes a bit longer than your normal glue, but hey, I don't mind if you don't. So we've got gold, yellow and blue, which work together nicely, I think. I've got, put you there. So let's have a look. I want some more colors on this. What I'm going to do with that, I'm going to use lavender. And because these are acrylics, it doesn't make mud too much. So let's do orange. Why not? Make it clash. Sometimes I like these colors to be conflicting. And let's do a green. Oops, a bit much. It's because the mess is on, well, the fingers aren't that bad as well, Sandra. So I'm just gonna do this. Spread it out a bit. Not too much, because that will happen in a second on its own. And this one as well. Now, again, acrylic paint will function as glue. So I will use that to my benefit this time. So I'm just going to flip this over. That's the way. But this, look at that. How fun is that? I think this is a great embellishment, right? So I'm going to put that right here. And then press that down. Wiggle it around a bit. And again, since this is on plastic, I can wipe off anything that comes from underneath there. Like that. Wipe it off the plastic and we should be good. There's something grabbing hold here. There we go. So, see that? I think this looks like fun. So just again a different way to use all your fun stuff you've got in your craft room. So we've got this one, so he can go there. So there's a theme here, Mr. and Mrs. But what I've also got, what I think is fun, and this is where I get inspired by the design team, because I saw this in one of the samples. Just cut out the die, so don't stamp, just use that and fill it in with the script stamp. The script stamp is from the laced stamp set. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put that there, and he is behind her, because, well, I like that. So, and then I need something, I want some color here, but not too much, because what I did here is on the design paper I stamped the script stamp, and then at the I figured it out, measured it out, that I just had the text on a skirt. I love that. So I'm going to ink her up a bit, I think. Let's just do that. So once you've got these embellishments made, you can build these tags up quite quickly. Like that. I'm going to work on these later and on the backgrounds. Might be the next live. I don't know. Yeah, I like them there. But I love how he turned out as well. Now, how do you adhere this? Just using your normal glue. This needs a bit more in the background. This is fine. And this is almost dry already, right? It's on there. The lady's on there already. I'm just messing her up. There we go. With the orange paint that's on my fingers. But that's fine. He's got someone in as well. So I might put her there. Yes. I think that's fine. I think this is coming together nicely. I need sentiments, of course. Well, that's the thing. We need to not overthink. The best things take time. That could be fun there. That's the same one. This is what life is made of. Stay curious. Stay curious, darling. Yes, that's going to be on the front. So I like that. I've got this as well, which is a leftover piece from the last live I did. That could be fun here, actually. Like that. That's pretty cool, right? What do you think of clock there. I love this. Ooh. Okay, sorry, getting enthusiastic here. Now these are paints, so I was thinking if I could splatter with this. Finish your sentences, David. Yeah, but not with this brush, but I can't find my splatter brush. Where's my... Oh, here's one. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, cool. Don't want it on here. So, okay, let's finish these off, and then I think it's time. So let's get this out of the way, clean up, make a bit, sort of clean my hands. So, let's glue these down. Stay curious, darling. Love that, the shine. Don't like that splatter there, so there we go, that's better. Okay, let's glue the lady down first. Ladies first, right? So this is just plain black paper where I stamped using a white pigment ink, Hero Arts, I think. So she's on there, that's cool. Then he's gonna go there with the scraps. He's made out of scraps. There we go. He's gonna go there. Hi Doris, no worries, you can always look back on YouTube or on Facebook even. Let's do you there. And then what I've also got is some reinforcers. So let's put these on. Like that. Isn't it, Susanna? I got that idea from the design team because, well, I have a fantastic design team. And I saw that in one of the samples, or two actually, two of them thought of it. I was like, brilliant, love that, gonna steal that idea. So now I gotta think. I think I'm gonna glue these together first. Yeah, let's do that. So them together. Then put some glue here so this stays together. it does. Yeah, there's so much you can do. So that's gonna go there. I just had to fold that a bit so I know where it needs to go. So I'm gonna put him with his shoulder touching. So let's do this. And that's the fun bit now. Now that I've got the basics ready, it's going to be cut off, so I'm not sure why I'm doing that. I can just continue to play and build up on this little tag book, tag journal, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's fun to create something separate from your journals that you already have. So there we go. Press that down. Take some glue on my finger and press that down. Simple as that sometimes, right? There we go. Thank you, Sandra. And let's put that here at the bottom. Love that. All the layers there. You see that? How cool is that? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to trim off the edges. Flip it over. Or I can let's do that. I'm not going to trim off the clock. I'm just going to glue it down here. Just had this idea. Why not, right? Well, colorful was my challenge this year. To step away a bit, not completely. I could never step away from my browns and my grungy looks, but in this case, I just thought I needed some color this year. So I challenged myself, and I think it's working. I think it's working. Then I can use this piece, which is the center of the clock, in a different color. I can put that on here. I can put them here. Well, that's a quick one. Let's do that. Why wait, right? Scorched timber. There we go. There. Now you can see me. Hi. So I'm just crunching this up. Now this is cut out of my coffee dyed paper pack. Exactly, Vanessa. So that's going to go there. 12 o'clock at the top. I need to do something here with the owl works, but I don't care. So behind here, let's do some fun, shall we? Why not use blushing on the guys? I just need to think what side is the stamp. I have to get the stamp out, sorry. Stamp like that. This is the back, okay. Let's do that. And by the way, when you have the spray nozzles, just dip them in your water, close them down, and they won't clog. So rinse that off in my cup, close it, done. Okay. Oop. Let's put him down, or them down, right here. And again, this stuff will create, make sure it gets glued down. It just takes a bit longer. Give that some pressure with my block. There we go. Put this one overlapping here. There we go. That's 12. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, guys. Again, I've lost my 12. There we go. I'm going to shove it under a bit. I like a 12 overlap. Press this down, press this down. Now, of course, this is a different way, and it's, yeah, it's squashing out and messy, but I just love the result. So that's it for today, guys. I'll finish this one off, and then I'll post a photo in the group. The guys need to dry first, and then I will finish it off with a sentiment. Then I'll post the photos in the group, and we can have some fun there. You can have a look at the end result. But I hope you loved it. I hope you liked it, and I did. I loved doing this for you guys. Let's have a sentiment, because this is now stuck down, so I can actually do. Well, this one is, I think, a good one for this. Be brave. Because you have to be brave. Do things that take you out of your comfort. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. But, yeah, if you don't go out of your comfort zone, you don't grow. That's always been my motto. And the same goes with this. I never did this before. And I just thought, let's give it a go. And I just adore this. Look. How quick and easy this looks. So I hope you liked it too. If you did, yeah, don't forget to like, share, and comment. And subscribe to the YouTube channel from Elizabeth Craft Designs and my own while you're at it for more fun videos. Thank you for today. Love to see you for the next one. Thank you. Bye.